Hey, fellow tubers, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing a Hellwig sway bar. This particular one is for the '07 to '13 Silverados. I'm going to go ahead and bolt it on and see what we think about it. Unboxing, my initial thoughts are this thing is a friggin' 11 out of 10. It is superb. Packaging just doesn't get any better. Everything's there. Check the quality of it. It all is super clean. As for their QC department, Hellwig is on point. And you could throw this thing off a freight train and it's perfect. So no complaints on shipping, no complaints on packaging. On point. When you get into it, of course, the first thing you're going to do is assemble your end links. Pretty typical end link. Installed it, put the rubber bushing in, followed up with the metal insert, used the supplied grease. No problems here, all went real smooth. Put some anti-seize on the threads just to make sure in the future I don't have issues pulling them apart if need be. All the bushings, good quality. End links, good quality. The sway bar itself is superb quality. I love the hammered finish. Can't complain about that. For installation, I did run into a few hiccups. Nothing serious, but it was not as easy as I would have liked, and I would like to say I'm an experienced person. To start, I've got the brake line bracket. It does say it needs to be installed. I don't know if I needed it. Put it on just because it was recommended. It didn't fit the best. I went ahead and just crammed it down because it's not going to hurt. So snugged it up, bolted it on. Used the supplied bolt. They just give you everything. No problems with the products they're supplying. I, of course, lower the tire down. That's going to be in the way. You got to get that out of the way. And then you're going to start bolting up all the fasteners, the U-bolts, the sway bar, you got so much stuff in this box. Now, if you got a Silverado, as you can see, it's not just going to bolt up. There's a bracket on the frame you're going to have to trim. If you got like a Sawzall or a grinder, either one will work. Hit it with a grinder, take your reciprocating saw to it, and just trim off a little bit. I'd say it's about a quarter of an inch I trimmed off of there. After that, everything fit fine. I, of course, touched it up with a little paint. If you don't have any paint or some sort of chassis coating, get you a can, squirt it on there, especially if you're out east or anywhere with salt. Yeah, you'll appreciate the fact that you covered up that bare metal. Initially, you're also protecting this investment. It's a little bit pricey for a sway bar, in my opinion, but I figured would see if it's worth it. Going to be kind of hard to justify. U-bolts, great quality. They don't look cheap like a lot of the stuff I've gotten in the past. They torqued well. I didn't feel any stretching in the bolts. All good. Hardware, super nice. Nice coating on them. I don't know if it's a powder coat or what it is, but it's a really nice black coating. One of the issues I did run into was in installing the sway bar. There is a plastic strap here that holds on the brake line. That has to move off to the side. You can just unclip it and it moves, but ultimately it is in the way. I was really thinking for what you pay for this sway bar, it's going to be like just bolt on, but I think ultimately this is probably a universal setup that they put on a whole array of vehicles. This probably is not the only truck it goes on. So move this little bracket and it'll bolt up just fine. As for adjusting this, this vehicle is lowered 3 inches in the back, so you might have to make some little bit different adjustments than what you see in the video. I contacted Hellwig technical support, and let me tell you, they are on point. The gentleman on the phone helped me, told me exactly what I needed to do to change the angle on the axle, so that way I've got 90-degree angles, and basically you'll just rotate it under the axle or up the axle if your truck's lifted. As you can see here, I've got a bad angle, and here I've got 90. That's what it needs to be on both sides. After you get everything adjusted correctly, feel free to tighten it up, get it snug down, then get a good look over of everything. Make sure it looks good. Check your angles. If you're on a good solid flat ground, this is a pretty simple process. After you've looked over it all, put all your lock nuts on there, snug everything down, and get ready to take this thing for a test drive. On first impression, can't really notice anything going slow, so did a couple of small trips around the block, still didn't notice much, so I had to take it out to some roads and really put it through the ringer. Once you really start getting some speed, cutting some corners, I noticed there was quite a difference, and I've only got it on a medium setting, so I'm interested to see what'll happen if I adjust it to the stiffest. I might like it more, it might be too much, but overall, I have no complaints. It's a great sway bar, little pricey for what it is, but I recommend anyone looking to get it, go ahead and get your hands on one and give it a try. If you got any questions about the Hellwig sway bar, feel free to put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.